Most actors are totally proud of every production they've appeared in, from the big-budget blockbusters that brought them to the world's attention, all the way to the low-budget offerings of their early career. But that's not always the case. Actors do sometimes have regrets, and they come in the form of particular scenes rather than entire productions. Whether it's because they regret bearing too much flesh, didn't know what they were getting themselves into, don't think they did the scene as well as they could have, or otherwise. Actors have a variety of reasons for wishing they hadn't done certain scenes. Here are 10 famous scenes actors regretted filming. Eva Mendes, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Once Upon a Time in Mexico is a 2003 contemporary Western action film starring the likes of Johnny Depp, Eva Mendes, Antonio Banderas, and Salma Hayek. In the movie, Depp and Mendes share an on-screen kiss, and Mendes has a rather unique regret about it. Mendes believes she should have taken advantage of the fact that she was getting to kiss someone she had found attractive for years and made it last longer. The actress said, "All my screen kisses were the best, though I regret not kissing Johnny for longer. It was the first time I had worked with an actor who I had a crush on as a little girl." Sharon Stone, Basic Instinct. Sharon Stone's role as Catherine Trammell in 1992's Basic Instinct was the one that brought her international recognition, and it undoubtedly remains her most iconic role to date. Her most famous scene was the one in which she uncrossed her legs whilst wearing a short dress to reveal that she's wearing no underwear, but she actually regrets filming it. She was told to remove her underwear by director Paul Verhoeven on the basis that nothing would be seen, and she realized just how much she had shown when watching in a theater full of people. It angered her, and she wouldn't have taken her underwear off in the first place had she realized. Jessica Brown Findlay, Albatross. Jessica Brown Findlay is an English actress who is most famous for her role as Lady Sybil Crowley in the phenomenally successful drama series Downton Abbey. But back in 2011, she made her feature film debut in the coming-of-age comedy drama Albatross. There is a scene in the movie that the actress genuinely regrets, and it's the one in which the character bares her breasts instead of showing ID in order to buy alcohol. Of the scene, Findlay said, "To be honest, Albatross was naivete, and not knowing that I could say no. I had no idea that was going to happen, and I thought it was going to be shot from behind." Natalie Portman, Hotel Chevalier. Hotel Chevalier was a 2007 American-French short film starring the beautiful Natalie Portman and Jason Schwartzman, and it featured a bedroom scene in which Portman stripped completely naked. It wasn't the first time the actress had taken her clothes off for a movie role, and it didn't reveal an awful lot to the audience, but Portman regretted it nevertheless. About the scene, the Israeli-born star said, "I'm really sorry I didn't listen to my intuition. From now on, I'm going to trust my gut more. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can say is no." Burt Reynolds' Deliverance. The 1972's Deliverance was a fantastic and disturbing movie about a trip into the unknown and potentially dangerous American wilderness. It featured an extremely memorable scene of male rape, but it's a completely different scene that the movie star Burt Reynolds regrets being part of. It's a scene in which Reynolds' character goes over a waterfall in a canoe, and the thing he regrets? Not letting director John Boorman use a dummy. Reynolds volunteered to go over the falls himself and ended up cracking his tailbone, which still hurts him to this day, and nearly ended up drowning in a whirlpool. Lee Min-ho, The Heirs. The show starred a number of fairly high-profile Korean actors, including Lee Min-ho, Park Shin-hye, and Kim Woo-bin, and it is Min-ho who regretted one particular scene. It was a kissing scene between Min-ho and Shin-hye, but the director didn't tell the latter she was going to be kissed. She was genuinely startled when the actor planted his lips on hers, and he regrets the fact that she wasn't warned in advance that it was going to happen. Jim Carrey, Kick-Ass 2. Jim Carrey quite famously withdrew all of his support for Kick-Ass 2 as a whole, following the tragic Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting in December 2012, but it was because of a particular scene in the movie that he did so. Carrey regretted having taken part in such scenes as his own character's death, which contained a level of violence he could no longer endorse in light of such a tragic event. In his character's death scene, Colonel Stars and Stripes, as he was known, had his leg slashed, was stabbed all the way through his torso, and had his neck snapped before being decapitated. Kate Winslet, Titanic. 1997's Titanic was the second highest grossing movie of all time, and was the stepping stone for a number of stars to stardom, Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet in particular. For either of these actors to regret anything about the movie would be crazy, right? Well, Kate Winslet does regret one particular scene. It's that iconic scene in which DiCaprio's Jack Dawson draws Winslet's Rose DeWitt Bukater is the scene in question. People constantly approach Winslet with the picture asking her to sign it, about which the actress says, "I don't sign that, it feels very uncomfortable. Why would you do that? People ask me to sign that a lot." Ben Stiller, Along Came Polly. Along Came Polly was a 2004 romantic comedy starring Ben Stiller and Jennifer Aniston. In the movie, there's a scene in which Ben Stiller bares his naked butt, and he regretted filming it as soon as the movie was released. In fact, Stiller wasn't expecting the scene to even make it into the movie, as the actor had been quoted as saying, director John Hamburg said he'd cut the scene if it didn't make him laugh. What was even worse for Stiller was finding out that he didn't even have to film the scene in the first place. Stiller added, "Later, I discovered I could have had a bottom double, but no one bothered to tell me." Jennifer Lawrence, Passengers. There's an upcoming romantic science fiction thriller called Passengers that will star two of the hottest names in Hollywood today, Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. It will be released in December of 2016, but we already know that Lawrence has a regret about one of the scenes filmed in the movie. It was her first ever sex scene, filmed with Pratt, and the actress drank a lot of alcohol in preparation to film it, meaning she couldn't remember how it actually went. Of the scene, she has said, "I got really, really drunk, but that led to more anxiety when I got home because I was like, what have I done? I don't know." Thanks for watching 10 famous scenes actors regretted filming. Did you know of any of these? Which other scenes do you know of that actors wish they hadn't done? Leave us a comment and let us know. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and check out the rest of our channel. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to CBR for cool vids about movies, action heroes, gaming, comics, and more.